Hey, Cassie Anderson here. This is July 1st, 2017. I am starting my 7th month of topical steroid withdrawal, so I officially made it through a full 6 months, and I just wanted to give you an update as to how I'm doing. I was considering recapping the first 6 months to share with you like the highs and lows, but I will just let those here on YouTube just go back and search for each video itself because I just kind of want to stay current with what's happening in the here and now. So yeah, day 182 and finishing week 26. Okay. Anyways, got to get all my numbers in there so you guys know what day, what week, what month. Anyways, I started January 1st for those of you who are just tuning in. So yeah, it's kind of a fun way to start because then it's easier to keep track of how long I've been at it. So today I woke up with a swollen face and this eye was swollen shut. And actually, 2 nights ago, I went to bed with a really massive headache, and then yesterday, my ears hurt really bad, like in the tub and throughout the day, and even hard to open up my jaw and everything to eat. So I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's necessarily related to TSW. I think I had a couple stressful days, and that's how it was manifesting and coming out. So I'm still working through that. I'm still having a hard time hearing out of this ear. But the other thing that was different, okay, so this month I actually I stopped using Vaseline and I started using Vanicream. It's a free and clear product. I can post the website in the comment section. I'm sure you all are familiar with that brand. But anyways, that's what I use for shampoo and conditioner and the cleansing bar. And now I've added the cream. I just got the canister with a pump on it. And for 9 days, my skin was clearing and healing and doing so well. I was so excited to finally break through from the Vaseline. And not that it was terrible when I was on the Vaseline. That was kind of the best option I had all those months using it. But it's just nice to see if my skin will accept anything else. And it was doing all right. And then I got a little gutsy. And this week I tried to put coconut oil, olive oil. Well, I started with just coconut oil in my bath and then put it on my skin after as well, just to see if my skin would accept coconut oil yet. And I seemed to do okay. So the next day I did Vanicream again just because I was kind of scared to try day 2. And then the day after I thought, okay, I'm going to be brave and do it again. So I put coconut oil in the bathtub again, but I also added olive oil and grapeseed oil. And it felt really good on my skin in the bathtub. And then when I got out, I put some more. I think I put grapeseed oil on my skin that day. And I seemed to do okay. But I gotta tell you, I don't think my face likes the oils. I think the rest of my body has done okay. It's not the greatest, but it's TSW. There really isn't a greatest, let's face it. So yeah, I toughed it out, but my face was really red and inflamed. And even the people who are used to seeing me, they're like, wow, rough week. So you know it's rough when even during TSW they notice it's worse. So yeah. So then my one friend, she's like, oh, I got this wonderful stuff, some shea butter and some natural oils like what you mentioned. And so I thought, I have some shea balm from the Home Apothecary and I've had it for a while. So I'm going to try it again. And yesterday was probably one of my worst days I've had in a while. And then again, waking up just the way that I was, that kind of proves that my body doesn't like shea butter or the essential oils in that just yet. So anyways, I'm back to Vanicream. Because that seemed to do well. I saw improvement with that. So I'm sticking with my regular Epsom salt bath, and apple cider vinegar is fine. I'll add that, once or twice a week. and then just Vanna cream. So that's my new plan for this next month, because honestly, my face was just about cleared, and I've definitely had a setback experimenting. One thing that I just noticed this morning, look how white my hands and arms are. You can tell like all the red on my face, how it compares. And this is a huge improvement because, I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of red still, but wow. Like in the past, that was, I mean, even just a few days ago, they were still pretty red. Oh, I should give you a little bit of a close-up. I do have some flaking and everything, but it's not that bad. Sorry if I'm going too fast with the camera. I still have kind of the lines on my skin. You probably can't see it up close, but I think you were able to see it in the last video that I had. There's a lot of lines going this way. And there's a lot of lines on every single area, like joint area on my body. You guys probably know that if you're also a TSW warrior. If you are looking into TSW and just watching this just to see if you think you can, if this is for you or not. One of the things that at least my experience, I eat a really green and clean diet and I supplement a lot. And I felt like even during my worst times, a lot of times it looks worse than it feels. There were definitely periods of time where, you know, where I've been in pain and discomfort, but I would say it's usually only like an hour or two at a time, or maybe through a night. Nothing consistent, like days on end and weeks on end, months on end. And one of the things that I experimented with where my knees were burning really bad. This was a few weeks ago, so probably right after I did my last video diary. My knees were really burning. They were on fire. And I had my legs bare. Like, there wasn't anything that was trapping any heat in or anything, but they were just flaming hot. And so this was at nighttime, and I had some computer work I still need to do, and they were just really bothering me. So I took my supplements, and within 30 minutes, the red was going down. I even have a before and after picture, but my phone's been kind of goofy lately trying to capture pictures, so I'm sorry I haven't been able to take as many pictures lately. But I do have them on my camera, so if I can figure out how to share them with you, I will. Most likely on my blog, though. My blog site is tswskinwar.wordpress.com. So some of the weird things that have happened this month, overall, like I said, I've been okay. It's just weird, like some of these symptoms that have shown up. I had some edema in my ankles, and they were a little bit swollen. Nothing huge, but enough to notice. So I definitely had some swollen ankles for, I would say off and on for 2 weeks, maybe even 3. And it got to the point where my feet were turning kind of purple and black too. So it was really odd that my legs weren't circulating very well. I would try to force myself to sit down because I'm up on my feet a lot. I like to be up and moving if I'm not in the bathtub. But yeah, so I would prop them up and everything, and sometimes it would help, sometimes it wouldn't. So just had to take it easy. But I could be sitting perfectly still, like with my legs flat on the floor, or I could cross my legs, or I could just be standing. And all of a sudden, I would look down if I didn't have socks on and be like, whoa. Or my kids would point it out, or my husband would point it out, be like, whoa, your feet are black. So, really weird symptom, but just thought I'd throw that out there if anybody else has experienced that. It might not just be me, I don't know. So with this, when I stopped using the Vaseline and swapped it with the Vanna cream, I noticed that my skin wasn't burning so much. And I don't believe it was the Vaseline that was actually like causing my skin to burn, but I think it's such a barrier that it was trapping in the body heat. So that's one thing that I've noticed. I've kind of been set free from all the ice packs, not using the Vaseline. And that means that I can go outside a little bit easier, and, you know, run errands a little bit easier and not feel like I have to have ice packs on the ready all the time. So that's been good. With the Vanna cream, though, I do have to say that I have started taking an additional bath in the evening most nights, just because if I get too many layers of lotion on my skin, of the cream on my skin, it seems to, like, I want to peel it off. And with the Vaseline, I have to say I was, like, clawing and wounding my skin a whole lot more. The Vanna cream, like I said, I want to peel it off, or sometimes I want to scratch or get the flakes off or something like that. But I haven't really had, I feel like I've had more healing than setbacks. I don't know if it's just because I'm on, you know, month 6, or if it's what I'm using, but it seems to be more associated with my regimen, like what I've been using. And it might be a little bit of both. At nighttime, I used to sleep with ice packs all the time, and I've stopped doing that this month. My knees are the only thing left that are really burning, particularly my left knee. It's really strange. But I've decided to just kind of tough it out and not use an ice pack if I don't have to, because when I do use the ice packs, I shiver a lot, and it's a very uncomfortable shiver. It's kind of like the flu-like symptoms, you know, where you're, like, you just can't control your muscles. You're just shaking all the time, and I would rather just go without shaking throughout the nighttime if I can help it. So I really have done away with the ice packs. So that's an improvement, I think. Yeah, so what else? So last month's doctor checkup, I don't remember what I said in the last video. I just don't go back and look at stuff. I just like to keep moving forward. But I did have some really swollen lymph nodes, and particularly in the groin area, it's like gravel, I'm not going to lie. And some of the lymph nodes, one in particular, was super painful and sore. I really thought it was going to burst. And the doctor, I had a doctor's appointment that very week with the dermatologist, and she said, you know what, I think your body's trying to fight a staph infection, so you might want to, she's like, I know you don't like to take bleach baths, but you might want to take one. So I did. I went home that day, I took a bleach bath, and I even took another one a couple days later. But I actually did feel better. So for all you naturally minded people out there who don't like to use bleach or whatever, she said, you know what, a swimming pool has more chemicals. And she said, even if you want to go swimming and jump in the pool with your kids right now, it's a good time to do it. I haven't done that yet, just because I feel like, I don't know, if somebody saw, like, the way that my skin looked and then jumping in the pool, I'd probably get some looks. So I haven't done it yet. But if I do, I'll let you know. So yeah, I feel like I've had less lesions on my skin overall. Haven't been clawing and scraping and bleeding as much. It still happens. I mean, my ears will crust and bleed. I don't even have to touch them. They just have a mind of their own. Okay, I think that's about it. I've been sleeping a little better. I'm still taking LDN. That's the only prescription I'm on, and I don't even consider it a medication. I kind of consider it a prescription supplement because it's so gentle and natural. It just works naturally with your endorphins. So and there's no side effects other than vivid dreams, and I can attest to that. I do have vivid dreams. But yeah, I've been taking. So I take 1.5 milligram capsules. They mix them at the compound pharmacy. I take 3 at night and 2 in the morning. And I might even reduce my dose in the morning and try going down to 1 now because I'm feeling better, and just kind of taper down and see how things go. So yeah, I think that's about it. With the one thing that I think I said in the last video that I learned the hard way about, so I thought that my hands, there was something I was using. Oh, I think it was the Vaseline. And I noticed that, you know, I mean, I have some flakes right here. And yes, it bothers me enough. I want to just itch them off. But yeah, so my hands get really flaky or they used to get flakier, and I would like scrape at them and there's like new skin underneath, and I would do that probably 3 or 4 times a day. And I thought, hey, this is progress. Like, the skin looks really healthy underneath, and this must be a good thing that I'm healing through all these layers. But when I switched to Vanna cream, it really stopped pretty much overnight. Like, I don't really have the whole hand and wrist area completely like scaly all the time, and I don't dig at it as much. So anyways, that was a surprise to me. I don't know if any of you have been on my blog, but I have like steroid-free hair growing back in. So I have like this massive kink in my hair. Some days it's like so like kinky everywhere. It's crazy. And then I did not mention this in my, I think it was 3 months along in my video series. I commented on it below because I forgot to mention it. But particularly if somebody's tuning in on like the 6-month mark and is like, okay, what is all this TSW thing about? Or just comparing notes. I rubbed the topical steroid on my face and on my neck and on my hands and wrists for most of my use throughout the years. There were definitely times where I had different areas of my body and full-blown like head-to-toe application for a couple years. I've been a user of topical steroids for at least 30 years, from what my mom and I can remember, more heavily from my junior or senior year of high school on, so from 2000, the year 2000 till now. So yeah, where was I heading with that? How much time I've used it for. Anyways, that's a little bit of history about me if you're comparing notes. Oh, I rubbed it on my face and my neck. So over the years, my voice got really, really weak, okay? Now, right now, I don't feel really well, so my voice is a little scratchy right now. But about month 3 or 4 in topical steroid withdrawal, I actually started getting my voice back. And that wasn't anything that I connected the dots with topical steroid use, but it totally makes sense. But I just, all these years, my voice has really became more weak, almost like going through puberty kind of thing, where it like cracked and squeaked. And I mean, I could not really, I couldn't sing any nursery songs to my babies when I was rocking them, so many years ago. I mean, some simple song that I used to be able to sing all the time so easily, it became such a hard task for me. And I love singing, so I mean, I got to the point where it's like, I don't care what I sound like. If nobody else cares, I'll just keep singing, Or if I'm by myself, I still blast the music and try to sing. But that's what really was the key thing for me to know that my voice was improving was I had the radio on, driving to light therapy, which, by the way, I don't think light therapy did much for me. So if you're contemplating, I would say just you don't have to. Save your money. But I was on my way to light therapy, and I was, listening to the radio station and music that I've listened to for years. And all of a sudden, I was starting to hit the notes. And I went into my appointment, and I just had tears streaming down my face. I was like, you don't know what this means to me. This is huge. And this is the dermatologist's office. I'm like, please spread the word to every single staff member here in this office of what the side effects of topical steroid use can do to somebody, because that's really damaging. I mean, I barely had a voice, and to be off it for 3 months and to finally get some strength back in my voice, that was huge to me. And come to think of it, like, if I were on steroids any longer than I was, what would it have looked like 5 or 10 years from then? So I'm really grateful that I discovered this topical steroid withdrawal journey. I first discovered Kara Ward's video. A lot of you are probably familiar with that. And then Brianna Banos. And, just one thing led to another, and finding Itsan and Dr. Rappaport. And anyways, I'm super, super grateful. It's an answer to prayer for so many years. The voice thing, the skin thing. I've had a lot of eye problems going to the doctor. My prescription has always gotten worse over the years. It's never stopped changing. I've also had just really sensitive eyes, completely with a detached retina, scratched cornea. I mean, just like no injury involved. It just happens. I've had floaters. I've had a cataract. And it's just really crazy how I don't even notice floaters in my eyes anymore. I mean, that was a really big thing for a while. Like, always thinking there's gnats flying around you. Like, swatting at them. So it's really, really nice not having that problem. Anyways, that's a little about me. My skin, I really feel like, is getting stronger. It definitely is mending. You can tell with all the different, like, big giant elephant grooves everywhere, or whatever you call those. I don't know. They're on my knees really bad too, and my ankles. But I really do feel like I'm progressing in the right direction. That my skin is mending and healing, and like I said, just getting stronger. It's a shame I can't use a lot of the oils or natural shea butter or whatever just yet, but I'm convinced I'll be able to do it before long. So yeah, that's a little bit about me, where I'm at. My hair, I've been wearing it down a little bit more, but I do have to say, like, when I bathe with the oils or something, it definitely is more greasier looking, but I don't know. I don't really leave the house a whole lot, so I don't really care. And if I do leave the house, I still don't care. I just figure, you know what? It's for a season, and I just tell people, you know, some people be like, oh, I see you've been in the sun. And be like, no, I have red skin syndrome. And, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, let me tell you about it. And then I get to tell them how dangerous topical steroids are. So it really is a good opportunity, and I'm not ashamed. I'm healing. I have hope. There's a lot of people out there who have, you know, who are sick or have a disease or a condition that there is no hope of healing. And so I'm just really grateful that we do have a good ending to our story. So anyways, I hope y'all are doing well. If you have any questions or comments or any advice for me, any tips, feel free to comment. Leave them in the comment section. But anyways, yeah, I hope all of you other TSW warriors are doing well. And yeah, again, overall, everything is always good. I can look back at my worst times still along this journey so far and still say, wow, I'm okay. So I wish the same for you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.